What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Weekly Ram. I'm Tom Quinlan here today with my very special guest, Mike Agostinho, and the general manager of your Real Boston Rams, John Barata. Gentlemen, welcome on to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for inviting us over, Tom.
No problem. Thank you for taking time right before you head down to practice. As a matter of fact, the first week of practices are here for the Real Boston Rams, and gentlemen, we have a squad. Tell me, Coach Agostinho, how does it feel to see the boys out there?
It's unreal. I mean, we started this process, so long ago now, 6 months ago, and at the time we had no players. We had people in mind, but we had no concrete, commitments at that time. And we had our first tryout back in January. Had a ton of guys come in. We had no idea, what kind of team we were going to get. As the trials ran, farther and farther towards the final cut, a week ago, we started to see our team take an identity. We started to see the players that we wanted. And I think I speak for all the coaches when I say we're pretty happy with the squad that we've got.
So now, as practice has gone along, you guys have been through a couple of training sessions already. What have you taken away? How has Jimmy Costa worked out the cobwebs on team chemistry? Because I believe that could be the toughest part right now, is taking a lot of these college students from across New England and trying to mesh them together as one unit. What challenges have you faced so far with that?
Well, we got kids, as you know, that are from different schools, so they're obviously rivals in the fall. So we have to, in a short period of time, we have to build some team chemistry, and Jimmy's been phenomenal about that. We've got, different games, different drills just in training yesterday, and that made the kids think a little bit more. And as they were thinking outside the box a lot in yesterday's training session. And as the training session progressed, you saw them really start to hit a comfort zone. And within that comfort zone, they started to really read each other better and really get really cohesive with one another.
John, as general manager of this team, you've seen a lot of athletes out there. The guys that you're putting out on the pitch this year don't seem to be the typical soccer players in terms of them being very lanky and tall. A lot of fit physical athletes. What went into that decision to build a strong physical presence in your team?
Well, I think that the soccer player nowadays is technically gifted, but the ones that are going to succeed are also athletically gifted. So one thing that we took into account when picking our team was players that can handle the high level of play, be strong on the ball, but also be technically sound and, of course, tactically sharp. So you'll see that to compete in the PDL, you have to have a very high standard of play and a high quality of technical experience, but also be able to play at a very, very competitive and athletic level, which our boys will be able to do. And to kind of piggyback off of Coach Mike Agostinho, Jimmy Costa has done a fantastic job bringing the boys together. And only over 2 days, we've started to see the team finally gel a bit. So we look forward to seeing the progress as the week continues.
Excellent, and we'll talk to Coach Jimmy Costa right before the season starts when the Real Boston Rams take on CFC Azul at Moscato Stadium just a week after this Sunday when they face off against the Newtown community in Newtown, Connecticut, which should be an emotional night. And, Coach, I want you to talk to me about that for a second. Come back to JB in a minute here, but talk to me about what it means to this organization to go play in a town like Newtown and start off the season in a humbling way.
Everybody remembers where they were that sad morning when the tragedy went down in Newtown. It's an honor to be included in such an event that it's very humbling. I mean, the town's been through so much. We just want to go down there. We want to play soccer. We want to show what we can do in a clean, sportsman fashion, and we want to really give back to the people that have been through so much and just give them a night to enjoy the beautiful game.
The tragedy of 12/14 brought about a number of challenges for the community, and some of them include, depression and addiction that might happen in the future. And the Newtown Parent Connection is the group that we're supporting. So by playing the Newtown Pride men's soccer team, we're trying to raise funds to support the Newtown Parent Connection and their mission. So we're really excited to be able to help them reach their endeavor and try to attain the goal of raising funds to keep their program alive and to provide support to all the families in Newtown to deal with some of the challenges they may face in the future because as a result of the 12/14 incident.
JB, I want you to go into that with me a little bit more. What else, as you are the general manager of this organization, how else are you working with Newtown right now to help this town heal from, the soccer standpoint in your position?
I'm very fortunate to have played my soccer in Newtown when I was younger. I was on the club team there, the Newtown Soccer Premier. I played there for 4 or 5 years, so I have a very close connection with a lot of the people in Newtown right now that are actually have gone through this challenge. So what we did is we decided to get together, Matt Swanda and I, who is the manager and player for the team, the Newtown Pride, and his father, Mike. We've got together and we decided to try and play some games to help heal and bring some opportunities to fundraise for the Newtown Parent Connection. So what we've done is we've created a few games, and I helped them set up a game against the New England Force. I helped them set up the game against us, and we brought in CFC and Prosto, and there's also an alumni game going on. So we made a real community feel on May 5th. It's going to be terrific. And then we're setting up a very exciting opportunity in June, and there'll be many more details to come after our game on May 5th that we'll be able to share with everyone as we get closer to the June 18th date.
If you don't mind that I get a little personal here for a second, JB, what does it mean to you as a member of the Newtown community to have this event?
To me, I've always felt that soccer has been a variable that brings everyone together in the world. It really is. I know it sounds silly at times, and it kind of sounds...
Not at all. Not at all.
It may sound a little, I don't know, we'll say... mystique, but the game of soccer brings us together in so many ways, and in Newtown, especially being a very proud soccer town that has very rich history, the game of soccer really is a healing factor. And I think that by being a part of this, not only does it help heal the people hopefully in Newtown and the surrounding areas, but it helps bring a moment of joy and kind of healing to all of us participating in it. So, I mean, to me, it's a very close connection, and knowing some families that actually had kids in the classrooms, I'm just overwhelmed with joy that we're able to bring this type of healing power to Newtown, and we still try to remember the families who do not have their kids with them today due to that awful tragedy. So we're trying to provide support for them in some way.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing the Rams open up in their first preseason matchup this Sunday, May 5th, 6 o'clock down at Newtown. But, definitely an emotional night it should be. But, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show, and look forward to talking to you more.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Tom. Great job.
All right, that does it for another edition of the Weekly Ram. Not too much more time before opening night. Jimmy Costa, the next guest on our show, so make sure you're staying tuned. I'm Tom Quinlan. See you next time.